Shit. Hello, everybody. The camera is stuck again. Great. Just give me a minute. It's been difficult, guys. It's been unpredictable today. And for the past few days. Oh, there is no chance. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know what to do. It's not working. It's not working. Hello, everybody, by the way. I can see your comments, but unfortunately, you can't see me. And I don't know why. Oh no, it's just stuck. Well, technical difficulties gone. Fuck, technical difficulties. Hello, how's everybody been doing? Let me see, I haven't even popped up the chat. It's okay, it's fixed now. Can you hear me though? Oh, thank you, device is ready, thank you very much. Let me pop the chat out so that I can see you guys. Okay. That's a great start to an amazing live stream. I can't believe it. Such a good start. Hello, The Real Thing. Hello, Pig's Dream. Utops, hello. How you doing? Martin, Kevin, hello. Hey, Chip. How are you doing? You're gonna have to tell me the story of why you changed your name, your channel name. It's good though. A Chip guy, I like it. The camera is stuck. Yep. Bianca, hello. Who else is in here? Yeah, a friend though, I know. Frozen though, I know. And Bible Dump Podcast. How you doing, Davey? And that's everybody. Anybody lurking? Say hi if you're lurking and then continue lurking. I changed it so that I can attract more non-vegans without getting them defensive from the start. Yeah, I got that. When I started this channel, I wanted to name it just Postmortem. But then I searched YouTube for Postmortem. There were so many. So I freaked out a little bit. Like, oh, people are not going to be able to find the right fucking YouTube name because there are like 10,000 Postmortem names. So I named it Vegan Postmortem. I don't know. It's stuck. It got stuck. I don't know. Maybe I can rename it later to just Postmortem or something. Yeah, guys, anyways, we are here to have a conversation today. I have a few points to bring up to like start the conversation about the support of vegan activists. Basically, there are a few things that some people can do. I know not everybody. I know not everybody can devote time and patience for my suggestions. But some people can. And, you know, I know some people are like looking for something to do, something that they can do to kind of further the vegan movement, but they can't necessarily record themselves, don't want to, or they can't have like the conversations because it's triggering and whatever, you know. There are 10,000 reasons why one can't and maybe even shouldn't do any kind of activism, right? Vegan activism, for their sake and such. But there are things that people who want to do something anyways probably can, to kind of support those who are doing, basically, right? And I'm gonna say up front, this came from like bi-monthly reconsideration of my YouTube channel, because I keep wanting to do like bigger, more like stuff that are like higher production value and deeper dives and stuff like that. But whenever I've done it in the past and like worked for an entire month on a video, right? Like 200 views is what I got there. And it's incredibly like crushing to work on something for a month and to know that it reached no non-vegans, that it reached nobody, right? Except for your small, tiny audience. So I keep like not doing that, right? And this week I took kind of like a break from a lot of stuff, not from everything, because, you know, there's some things that I can't take a break from, like the Harmsteader, or like, I don't know, having meaningless or meaningful, I don't know, conversations on Twitter. But for the most part, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shut my brain off and I'm not gonna think about the YouTube channel or whatever the fuck. And obviously, when I do that, those ideas reappear of creating something bigger, more meaningful, more potentially reaching to non-vegans, right? Not for the vegan audience. But it's in my head, it's like immediately shut down because I'm a tiny channel, right? So this list that I have in front of me, that's where it came from. Now, that's the disclaimer, right? That the list started from like personal considerations. I'm not doing anything to like be famous, right? This is not for fame's sake. I'm trying to do something for the animals. But I think my channel is too small to do anything, basically. And perhaps but perhaps this list can help to promote other channels, right? Or other activists. I don't even know, right? Yeah, that's it. Conversation about can we offer support to activists by yelling at them and calling them plant-based utilitarians? Probably no, probably not a good idea, Cheap. And that's one more cheap, pun intended, on my shoulder, from which I've like went down the rabbit hole of trying to get rid of. But like, I think it's best to ignore them. Just like, I don't know, even block, seriously. The main actors of that whole debacle are blocked by me. On YouTube, at least, they're not blocked on Instagram, because once in a while there's like an aspiring activist who like tags me in a post to get their message further out, and I'm like, fuck, I have to be able to defend this young, like 13-year-old activist from these fuckers, right? So on Instagram, they're not blocked, but on YouTube, there's absolutely no fucking reason to deal with them. So there you go. And but some of them blocked me, and that's legitimate. That's fine. Like if they think I'm not vegan, I guess that's blockable. And if they think that my line of questioning of their worldview is like disingenuous, that's fine as well. So there you go. Right. What do you disagree with, PJ? I'm not sure. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing? I'm also ignoring them or blocking them. Yeah, I think. So here's the thing, guys. Like I think I went on a rant like this before. I don't know, maybe not here. Every community has them. In every community, there are people who do and try to make changes, right, to the current situation and stuff like that. And there are people who just sit and criticize and nitpick and, it is what it is. It just means we're probably not in a cult, which is fine, but there are cults within the vegan movement, and I nominate that group as a potential cult within the vegan movement. So, and I'm sorry if it hurts some people's feelings here, or some people's even dispositions. I apologize. It has to be said, is what I'm saying. It's okay. I'm probably losing subscribers as usual, but that's okay. It looks like you showed up at the right time. Well, yeah, every time, Jeremy, that you show up is the right time. Yeah. If you can teach just one person the truth with your channel and they go vegan, you've made change. Well, that's the thing. Non-vegans don't show up here, right? To work for like a month on a video, right? And then no non-vegans show up. It's just a terrible waste of time, right? That's what I'm saying, PJ. I'm not saying that it's not valuable to change one person's mind. Whenever I do Discord activism, usually, most times, somebody goes vegan. And that's like an hour a week in which I made a vegan person. So I think it's like a waste of time. That's all I'm saying. Except you, Alpha Caros, yes, there are exceptions. There are people who are exceptions to the rule. But also you made the concession that you don't consider sentience because it's not because you want to continue eating meat. So you eat meat without considering the sentience of animals, and it's easy for you. It's not your ass in the stun block, in the stun box, right? So in that way, you are not exceptional at all. That's like, a lot of people in this population that just don't want to consider what is actually relevant in them eating animal products, right? To consider the thing that could be relevant, because then they would have to stop, right? They would have to stop. And stopping is uncomfortable. By the way, that's the video I wanted to make, finally, right? I've been writing this script for 2 years or so. It's just like a year or something like that, about the process of change. But it would take so much time to make for 200 views. It's not worth it. For 200 vegan views, right? It's not worth it. Idea, add non-vegan hashtags. I'm gonna add that to the list, actually. The list is updating, so, and I'll get to my ideas in a minute. Some of you have heard this idea already, at least 2 of you are in my Discord where I aspired to do some shit, and then just ran out of steam, kind of. Looking forward to the change video. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, Pigstream. I don't know if it's worth it. Seriously. Yeah, hashtags don't mean much at all. It's all about watch time and clusters. Yeah, it's like the video is pushed to like 2 people. And then if those 2 people clicked, then it pushed to a bit more people. I think that's how it works. And if people don't immediately adopt that video, then it doesn't work. And to do that, you have to like up your production game, right? Which it takes effort. That's what I'm saying. Pig's dream idea, plant-based postmortem. Yeah, definitely. One more person to call me plant-based should be me. If a person in a cluster watches a video and interacts with it, then the algorithm will show it to more people from that cluster or similar clusters that the people is part of. Yeah. The people are part of, yeah. Nothing goes viral because of its production value. Activism needs to be pan-KF. Well, Davey, if you have like actual ideas, let me fucking know, you know what I mean? Let me know. By the way, the no vertical stream today, this is between us vegans. But please like the video or something. I don't know. Could be meaningless with the tiny channel. Right, let's start, right? So I have like 5 points. I might not get to all of them because the first one is the most significant one, I think, right? It might work really well, might not at all. We'll see. And please, like, if you have ideas on how to change it or like, you know, try to be constructive. Don't call me stupid or something like that. So like, you know, just, I'm gonna look at the chat a lot because I don't have visuals. It's just us talking, right? So the first idea I was thinking, like, the people who watch YouTube but don't want to have like a YouTube channel to which they record and post things, so don't want to, can't. It's, you know, it's a certain type of personality that's goes on YouTube, which is strange. It's really strange why I'm here, because I'm not a YouTube personality. But you know, most people can't and don't want to actually like upload to channel, right? You have to go in 20 minutes. That's okay, PJ. That's fine. I just mean to not let perfectionism stop your ideas. But, okay, so I have a friend that, or had a friend, I guess, who used to say done is better than perfect, right? Which is a good thing to say sometimes. But then, sometimes done is terrible, right? When it doesn't meet like the minimum standards, right? So just sitting in front of a 1980s webcam and recording it without mic in 3x4 and uploading it in 2021, that's useless. That's a waste of time because there are standards that needs to be met. And I understand where you're coming from. Perfectionism shouldn't stop your ideas. The problem is though, if it's not up the standards or as close to perfect as you can get, then it's basically a waste of time. It is. It's like, I think I proved that with my channel for the past 2 years, right? It's basically a waste of time. Would be cool to have 100% honest place where vegans upload videos and other vegans rate how watchable it is. Well, that's cheap guy. Why are you talking when we are kind of supposed to be working on this same project? Hey nerds like us, how you doing? I disagree, it's not a waste of time. The shitty 80s webcam is better than nothing. I highly disagree, Davey. I think to produce content, you need to put in some effort. If it's zero, like, I don't know, sometimes, I don't know, like, I just think the things that, I think you're wrong. I think if you don't put any effort into a thing and it's not like a cat video, even cat videos these days, they don't do well unless there is some production value, including editing. I think we are in year of our Lord 2024, and some things just don't work anymore. And therefore, if you put a lot of effort into like researching and writing a script, but you don't do the last jump of production value, I think you've wasted your time. I do. So yeah, I don't know. But we disagree. That's fine. It's the time that's killing you. I know, cheap. I'm not bothering you. I'm just letting you know where we stand and what the idea is. I'm going to talk about it, by the way, in a minute, and we'll see. And it's okay to tell me I can't do it, right? Cheap. It's fine. I'm going to find somebody else to do it. The task is not as daunting as we thought before. Well, let's talk about it now while Chip is here. And yeah, it's number 4. So I've been talking about this for a while in some circles, of creating like an alternative vegan YouTube feed. And at first I was talking about creating like a site in which the entire vegan YouTube is embedded, where people can go to interact with that mass of creation on YouTube without looking for it, or without I don't know, it being diluted by your other interests, let's say it like that. And that was a bit of a daunting task, I think, that requires the involvement of many people. But right now, where it stands, I'm thinking about just creating like a Discord server where all you have to do, it's probably harder than all you have to do, is to write a bot or two, right? For them to import and embed the vegan YouTube, where a community can, I don't know, like raid live streams, raid in a good way, and, you know, stuff like that. And like, yeah, and offer opinions about videos and creators and things like that, right? Like, so yeah, that's where we are at. And Cheap happens to be the person that I know that can kind of make it happen. He's also incredibly fucking busy, so I'm not holding it against you at all, Cheap. Not even a little bit, okay? So don't worry about it. There's still a place for amateurish videos. Some people still enjoy those. I know, but if you have amateurish videos, don't come with a month-long work on a script. That's all I'm saying. I'm doing amateurish videos all the time. Like write a script in an hour or two. I don't know, about how dogs don't like to be petted sometimes. And I record that, and that's worthwhile. But those are not my aspirations. My aspirations are higher. You know, I don't want to entertain vegans. I want to actually make, I don't know, trigger some non-vegans, I guess. What's happening to my Homesteader channels? I'm probably not going to make the channel. I completely lost any wind under my wings about that. But I don't know, it hangs out there. For a while I was thinking maybe like just posting there while also posting on Instagram, but it's just too much work. I don't know. I'm not lazy, but I am overwhelmed. That's the thing. I asked ChatGPT to build that bot just now, and it did something that maybe requires some looking at it. I know a person who like, I need to do vegan activism. I also need to work. I'll let ChatGPT write my write code, and I just go over it so that I can submit that code and then just do vegan activism. So yeah, definitely. Better not say you want to bring about the best cause in Jeremy. Let it go. I've admitted already that I have some consequentialist tendencies, but I think both are cringe, frankly. Both deontology and consequentialism are kind of cringe. I think somewhere in the middle is where it's at. That's why I threshold deontology, like, is my jam, except for like 2 or 3 things that I can't settle down. And if I just was less overwhelmed, if I could just like read some philosophy, I would settle it. So, and maybe I would have gone to consequentialism, but it's not totally vibing with me most times. But yeah, I don't know, maybe you read my words in a way that is like consequentialist. Maybe I am. I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. That's all I'm saying. We used to do logic hour. Oh man, I'm tired, Chip. I'm just too tired. I've been considering to bring back formal logic stuff, just because so that I finish doing it. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Anyways, that's Discord out of the way. Now back to like people who don't have channels on YouTube but want to perhaps do something, right? So I think there are several ways. One of the ways I think is to implement a playlist function in a way. And I have, like, you can create, I think, like a playlist that have like a certain narrative in them. And they're not like vegan playlists, right? They're not just full of vegans, because we're not trying to necessarily attract vegans, right? Necessarily, maybe we are sometimes. So I was thinking, like, I have an example that maybe somebody can start creating this playlist with a story in mind, right? And thinking about the order of things in that playlist. So for instance, one can create a playlist called Chicken Nuggets Are Delicious, right? Not vegan. And then, like, you can add into that playlist like a famous podcaster saying, "Oh, chicken nuggets," drooling about that shit, because that's what people do when they eat chicken nuggets. That they mindlessly drool about how tasty chicken nuggets are. But then, so you put a few of those right at the beginning, and then maybe you put. Add a video of pink slime, which is how some chicken nuggets are created, right? To remind people this is what chicken nuggets are, right? And then maybe the burger dude creating vegan chicken nuggets, and then maybe some chickens roaming around, right? Playing something interesting about chickens. The probably video should be probably kind of short. And then maybe something not too graphic about how chickens are abused. right? Maybe then add in that video of Destiny not wanting to hurt a chicken, and some more like just chickens being interacted with by humans, right? And then maybe like a chicken factory, just some farmer talking about them like they were fucking objects, right? And then maybe somebody, maybe I can do it, just add Dominion, like break it up and put it online, break it up into chapters, like as standalone videos, and then maybe Dominion, the part about the broiler chickens can go in there. And then finish off with maybe the same people just like drooling over chicken nuggets to make it seem like silly. And I guess you can make those playlists about all kinds of stuff and tie them into some kind of video, right? Some kind of like narrative of a playlist about knitting, and then a video about fibers, what kind of fibers there are, and then add in how wool fibers are created, you know, but like subtly, you know, like think about the progression of a playlist of a person who likes knitting, right? Yeah, I also downloaded Dominion. I probably also should chop it up and add it into the mix. I don't know. We'll see. So technically, this is kind of pretty easy, and one can work on a playlist while it's unlisted, right? And then release it into the world. Yeah, that's idea number one, to basically utilize, as a non-YouTube creator, utilize the playlist option to promote veganism, and maybe like to promote like creators. Like if you have a clip of chip that you really like, just start from that clip and create a narrative forwards and backwards. And, you know, just add other not necessarily vegan stuff in there as well. Now, you can also like help out creators. I don't know, somebody should create like a playlist of some, I don't know, vegan gays videos, right? Because as a creator, it's really hard to do. It just takes, if you haven't programmed it in advance, it's just something that you need to sit down and do, and most people don't do it. I did it once. It didn't really help to do it for the video, but my channel is tiny, right? Somebody's channel, like Mel and Steve's channel, for instance, could really benefit from it if you add it in the middle of a non-vegan playlist. It could be incredibly beneficial to them, because their channel is rising right now, right? It's becoming bigger. So I think, yeah, that could really help some creators by them becoming like, growing their exposure or whatever, you know. I've been using Opus Clip to make shorts for activists. Yeah. Pig's Dream, I have been seeing. I think you've done for me as well once a while ago. Yeah, it's a really good idea. When you do something like that, just don't forget to like link the person whom you are promoting, I guess, in a way that people can actually get back to their channel as well, right? Dropping the horrible truth in the middle of a neutral informational video is a great idea. Have people feel like they've noticed something on their own. I know, but that takes effort, and we are all like, that takes a lot of effort. Let's just say it like that. And now we're talking about something that you can do as a non-creator at this point, right? But that's a good idea, Jeremy. Tag them in the title, links are disabled for shorts. Wow, okay, I get it. Right, so that's the playlist thing. What do you think? Let me know what your impressions are about this idea. And I don't know, put one in the chat if you consider doing that for for some future things, right? If you are thinking about creating playlists with a narrative in mind, but the kinds that can like include non-vegan stuff, just to make it spread a little more, I guess. I think activists are learning that showing the personhood of non-humans in sanctuaries and then giving a bit of dominion works well. I think it works well in person. I don't think how well it works on YouTube, because on YouTube, subversion of expectation, I don't know. I don't think it really works. What do I know though? I have a tiny channel that is failing. Bianca says 1. That's cool. That's awesome. So while doing that, while creating basically playlists, right? Some people will follow you. And by the way, you can make it as a strategy for just like gaining non-vegan subscribers. You can do playlists so that you just have something to do with your hobby, right? You don't even have to like add vegan stuff in there. Just to like grow your channel to a point where you have some subscribers. It's possible, Bianca can say. She grew her channel just by creating music playlists. Although it will take me a while, have to think about the narrative. I know. I'm not saying this is an easy task. I'm just saying this is something that one can do without creating content. Content is the word, VPN. Right. Living for the first protest. Nerds like us, have fun, have a good week as well, have a good protest. If you're spilling blood, don't forget not to wear white. I meant fake blood, of course. If you're spilling fake blood on furs, don't forget not to wear white. There's no need for you to ruin your stuff. Right. So if you decide to like basically create playlists that has nothing to do with veganism, that's a different route. You go into the route of gaining subscribers based on playlists, right? Which probably can take longer. I have no idea. And then when you have subscribers, however many, you can use the post function, right? You can post on your community tab where you can, I don't know, interchangeably probably once in a while post things that have to do with your hobby and not veganism, right? And then once in a while, just like call out or shout out, I guess, a vegan activist and write a few words about why non-vegan people should go watch that video, right? Because, I don't know, some things can be valuable. You know, you can extract a non-vegan value from some vegan YouTube videos, and you can highlight that and say, but don't lie. Say that it's a vegan activist or something like that, right? Or you can take somebody's video about, like, I don't know, like dog torture or something like that, right? And uplift that in a post. People will click that and they get exposed to a vegan activist who talks about the abuse for other animals as well. So that's the post function. I don't know what else to say about it. It's not like very incredibly full of exposure, right? The post function, unless somebody has like an enormous amount of subscribers, it doesn't get that much traction because I think there is no algorithm working with the post functions in any kind of way, right? Single issue campaigns are good for chipping away at the animal industrial complex and inspiring people to think about the exploitation of animals in general. Yeah, I agree, Neil. Yeah, it could be a good strategy. And I think it's a good strategy to have like a foot in the door with some people, you know. Hello, Kathy Skywalker, how are you doing? Good morning or afternoon. It's good evening for me. It's nearing the evening. Speaking of growing your YouTube channel based on like hobby playlists and stuff like that, you can basically do the same with social media, right? You can choose social media that is least soul crushing, probably Blue Sky at this point, and you can post there about your hobby, right? Tell me if you have hobbies, guys, because I don't know, I don't really anymore. I used to, but sometimes, I don't know. So tell me if you have Bayou Tops, nice to see you. Tell me if you have hobbies, and tell me what they are, because I don't know, maybe I should get a hobby to like not be an insane vegan person all the fucking time, right? I used to have hobbies pre-depression. Oh yeah, definitely. I do laser engraving and 3D printing. That's fucking awesome, right? So maybe like one can digital art, says a friend. So maybe one can like open a Blue Sky account if you don't have one already, and just start posting this niche, their hobby, stuff about what they like doing and what's fun about that, and articles about that, right? And grow a community. And once in a while, add a post, just posts that are not related to that hobby. That's the only way it seems to ensure that you actually have some kind of a non-vegan audience these days, right? If you are basically if you're a committed vegan, not talking about veganism, funnily enough, will gain you a community in which then you can once in a while talk about veganism. Whereas, and that's how you create a non-silo for your small acts of activism, I guess. My hobbies are reading, podcasting, and martial arts. That's really cool, Davey. That's awesome. I'm working on a new video game for my company, Naughty Dog. It's called Intergalactic. That's awesome, Neil. That's really cool. I'm laying low right now, so I'm playing like a game just to do something else, to change what I'm doing, kind of. It's Path of Exile, nothing too interesting. I texted the link to a few people I know, and a couple have signed. I'm not sure what you're talking about. okay. Oh, I'm not on top chat. I'm on top chat, not on live chat. That's excellent. Okay, but I still don't know what the context. But that's okay. I like collecting Art Deco items. That could be a very interesting, very niche, social media account, I guess. Gardening, yeah, Pig's Dream, your gardening is on point. It's really cool. But then, yeah, I guess you have to kind of think about creative ways to talk about your hobby so that people are actually like interested, right? But then you gain an audience, which is like very hard or in my case, almost impossible to do on my social media because my brand is vegan, right? That's the problem. That's one of the problems. I also have like a weird personality that isn't like what people usually enjoy. You are freaks here, guys. You kind of enjoy my personality for some reason, but other people not so much. I enjoy reading, painting, writing poetry, and listening to all types of music. That's amazing, Kathy. Some people know how to live. I'm not very good at that. The vegan sales funnel, yeah, exactly. You get me. Growing and following is hard work, I know. I do it if my mental health would. Yeah, Bianca. I said that I think people who... there are a lot of people who can't or won't because the price is too big. I think that's totally valid and legitimate. I'm trying to give ideas to people who want to help. That's why I called it activism support, basically, right? Because it's to help to promote people who can and who do, right? That's basically it. Yeah, listening to music, yeah. YouTube is often still overwhelming for me currently. I'm sorry to hear, Bianca. About a petition I started about Dunkin' Donuts ending their upcharge for plant-based milk. That's really cool, Kathy. That's really awesome. Yeah, it's and like, you know, it's just not how businesses work usually. There are some, okay, so in like food preparation businesses, you don't just charge for what the food costs. You realize that some things cost more and some things cost less. But you can't charge like exponentially more for one meal and exponentially less for another. So you find the ground. The cheaper stuff, you take a little bit more for that, and the more expensive stuff, you take a little less. So they should do that. They just should not, like, I don't know, increase the coffee, coffee price like with like 20 cents or whatever the fuck to cover the cost of oat milk, because I don't know, I'm like looking when I go to buy soy milk or something. Maybe it's like my specific grocery store, supermarket or whatever. I notice more and more people reach for the plant milks. So like, and that's despite the fact that the plant milks there are like twice as expensive. But if you like equalize the price, people would gravitate towards plant milks, I think. So it's really important. So I really appreciate your act of actual activism, Kathy. That's amazing. Hello, Carrie. How you doing? Am I again too early for you? I'm sorry about that. I think companies like Dunkin' are going to have to follow suit inevitably after Starbucks set a new standard by removing their plant-based milks upcharge. Yeah. But when I'm doing well, then I have actually fun with socializing with people online in a good way. Yeah, I know. But yeah, don't argue in YouTube comments. I don't think that's necessary for everybody to do. But if you are able to, right, I think like there are some creators who like trigger non-vegans, and if you can, go fight non-vegans. But you know, from a place of trying to be charitable to their position, because remember, once we were that dumb, so we should probably be kinder. You know, don't take my strategy, don't call them a piece of shit immediately. And I'm actually really good online when I'm talking to somebody to be charitable toward their position. I don't usually call people piece of shit in front of, like, right immediately. Yeah. But currently I can't, I know, Bianca. Bianca, trolls are not real people. Life is better once you learn that. I think whom we define as trolls is sometimes misguided. Sometimes people ask a genuine question or just say a comment that they heard somebody else say, and if you actually give them information in a kind way, they open up about it. It's not necessarily trollish behavior to say. Like bacon, though, there's nothing you can do about those comments. The funny thing is, I think 2 days ago, I've been doing it for a while. So on homestead groups, bacon, though, is like a legitimate way of answering any question about pigs, right? So somebody asks, what breed are my pigs, right? And they put a picture of very cute pigs. And people are just basically, oh, they're delicious, they're going to become amazing bacon, right? So they bacon, though, their own people. So there's not a lot of things you can do there. But some people are like, genuinely asking something or genuinely saying something stupid that they heard somewhere, and I think answering them while being charitable to their position is a good idea. You know. What else do we have here? Someday maybe, yes. Real people are infinitely cooler, nice and more reasonable than trolls. Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I don't want to do like face-to-face activism. I'm really not interested. And I explained my reasons. I was a feminist activist in the past, and confronting people face-to-face is just not a good idea for me. But you know, I'm doing other stuff. It's okay. Yeah, plant-based milk is cheap if you make it at home with a nut milk machine. I was thinking of buying one. I just don't know. So I tried, like, I bought some soybeans, and there's just nothing I can do with the soybean flavor. I think it's just different type of soybeans. And every time I try to do milk with it, it's just not good. It comes out with good tofu. So it really kind of depends on what you put in there. And nuts are like prohibitively expensive where I am, so that wouldn't be a good idea anyways. But yeah, like one day I'm gonna have an almond cow where I will definitely not be making almond milk. Definitely. By the way, machines are like, there's a huge amount of them, and they're incredibly cheap these days. So it's definitely something that I might consider taking one day if I find soybeans that don't have the very strong bean flavor. I would definitely love to not use cartons anymore and stuff like that and make my own milk. And I'm thinking in the summer I'm gonna make like oat milk. But in the winter, I want hot stuff, hot drinks, and homemade oat milk is going to become slimy. So in the summer, I think I'm just going to move to homemade oat milk in cold drinks. we'll see how it works. I'll try it once or twice. Yeah, the cows are the ones that pay the highest price for sure, Kathy. There are 200 more factory farms in the UK than there was 7 years ago. So we are nowhere near a tipping point yet. I know. We have to start being creative. That's, I'm trying to give you ideas, and maybe you can, there are some smart people in this chat. Maybe you can one-up my ideas and find a way to do like subversive activism from within communities, I guess, is the idea, is to create communities to then help them out to understand that, veganism is the way. Violent, tumbling bush monsters, that's what I'm saying. Neil, you follow me on Twitter, because that's where I said it. Anti-vegans, that's anti-vegans. They are violent, tumbling bush monsters because there's no rhyme and no reason to their violence. They just like, just hit violent shit. Just like with a hammer, just all the time. That's all that comes out of. Because they think that it triggers vegans. It does trigger some vegans. And that's what they're there for. They're violent, tumbling bush monsters just flying around, spewing violent shit. We need a humane way to get rid of trolls. I don't know if there is a way. I mean, first you need like a way to differentiate between a troll and like just like a innocent person, and by innocent person I mean this is the first time they're interacting with actual vegans, and they just don't know better. Should we bacon though meat eating pet lovers? Thinking about it, yeah. Yep. I mean, we constantly do it, though I do it a lot. Nut milk machine works with basically everything but soy. Oats and nuts would work well with it. Well, oat milk is not hard to do, so I don't need a machine for that. It's basically just blend and strain through something thicker than a nut milk bag. If I could get my hands on amylase, I would create an amazing oat milk. Oat milk is amazing. Frankly, the flavor of oat milk is fucking fantastic. Soy milk has other properties, like nutritional properties. But if I was able to create oat milk at home, I would forgo soy milk, definitely. Have you tried making tempeh with soybeans? Not yet. I have some tempeh in the freezer. There are ways to create a starter from a piece of tempeh, so I'm going to try to do that. And then I'm going to try to make tempeh, homemade tempeh, because tempeh here is fucking expensive. It's not that expensive, it's fine. But it's just more expensive than tofu. And I buy really cheap tofu, really good stuff. I encountered have you tried making tempeh? Okay. I encountered a bacon person who was a dog trainer. Shit. Really strange cognitive dissonance. You could feel the insecure instability in their worldview. Yeah, for sure. Considering pigs might be smarter or equally intelligent as dogs. Yeah. Neil, I want to visit a sanctuary so I can give pigs belly rubs. Well, don't go to my Instagram Harmsteader, where today I posted a video of a pig getting a belly rub, but unfortunately, because it's a page that reposts homesteading stuff, the end is not good. The end to that video, so don't go there. Pigs deserve a belly rub. Yes, it should be a law. Yes. Trolls are the real heroes in my interrupting vegan circle jokes. Sure, Alpha Caros, they are, of course, because they trigger vegans, or why do you think they are the real heroes? because they're not making sense, right? That's what trolls are. Trolls are not supposed to make sense. So I don't know why you would think they're heroes. Is it because they trigger vegans? I need to work out to make a pumfu, pumpkin seed-based tofu. That's a little expensive though, pumpkin seeds. Jesus, they're expensive stuff. But yeah, it's self-curdling, isn't it? In this kind of greenish color. I watch Mary's Test Kitchen. She's amazing. She's doing a really good job. She has a niche that is amazing. She's a low-carb vegan, which is fucking incredible. And, you know, she has health issues for which she had to go lower-carb vegan, but it's really good channel to point at when people are like, I'm low-carb, therefore I can't be vegan. Yeah, you can. Anti-vegan trolls would get eaten alive, a metaphorical vegan circle jerk. Yeah. But that's not what Alpha Karos meant. Alpha Karos is probably in Discord and such. Some trolls are very supportive, like showing up to lives and commenting on vegan channels. Yeah, I appreciate your support, Alpha Karos. You're always welcome here. You know that. You should know that. For now, I shouldn't talk in absolute statements. You are welcome here for now. Not all heroes wear capes, but true heroes oppose rape of animals. True, I agree. Right, I have a few, like 2 more propositions of how to do like activism support, right? Provide support to activists that you like. So one of them is, you know, sometimes we go to live streams, and if you watch non-vegan content on YouTube, you probably watch live streams, and there are chats, and people talk about stuff. And I don't know, it could be interesting to, if an opportunity presents itself, to remember, tag a person, mention a vegan activist. For instance, if you like photography and you are in a live chat of somebody who's talking about like film photography, like old school photography, could be an interesting idea to mention Tofu Dog's video about how film is not vegan. And to do it in a way that is like assimilating into the conversation and not just, you know, like blur, you know, blur about vegan fact. I've been doing that myself. I've been watching a YouTube channel that talks about politics, and just my existence in the chat, that means that the live streamer keeps saying, yeah, vegan, that's right. Like, they keep calling me, she keeps calling me vegan postmortem, like, not instead of vegan postmortem, instead of my entire name, they just keep calling me vegan, which is funny. And once in a while I leave a comment there because she's incredibly hypocritical about shit sometimes, right? She's raging about how cows destroy the environment, but then she eats cows. So once in a while I'm like, yeah, rage on, and then explain why her point wasn't cooked all the way through, right? Through supportive. What I'm trying to say is like, stay supportive in your message. Supportive of the non-vegans. Listen, non-vegans are not okay. They need our support. Seriously, they need a virtual hug sometimes, you know. That's why I'm nice to Alpha Karos. Sometimes non-vegans need a hug. So give that hug, but but also give them the vegan message a little bit. You know, so that's another thing you can mention, like, you can mention Tofu Dog in like Vegan Gains chat, maybe. I don't know if she wants Vegan Gains supporters to come to her chat, to her channel or not, but like if there is like a big vegan YouTuber doing a live stream and an opportunity presents itself, shout out Cheap, shout out Melon Steve, shout out Tofu Dog, people like that, just be wary of opportunities and use them wisely. And the last point I'm trying, is that you can try to catch an opportunity to be a first commenter. You know how Kane sometimes just comes into the chat first and then like posts like, I'm first, right? Well, you can do something similar like that on non-vegan channels, right? For instance, you can try to follow like a cooking channel that you generally like, but they cook non-vegan stuff. And the point is, when you're like a first or a second commenter, your comment is gonna get exposed like a lot. So only do this if you are ready to answer a lot of questions and get a lot of comments under your comment, right? Don't do it if you are not willing to deal with the fallout of that. But the point is, like, if it's a cooking channel, then your first comment could be like, if it's like a fully vegan recipe, kind of accidentally vegan recipe, but there is eggs in it, right? So it's fully plant-based except for eggs, right? So, you can do like a first comment, eggs are so cruel though, why ruin a good vegan, otherwise plant-based recipe with eggs? Or like even ask for help, right? Eggs are too cruel for me to use. Is there a substitute, right? So that's not really like supporting activism support, but I just thought I would add it because it could be an interesting soft activism if you do it right? Or it could be hard activism if you want to like just fight people, just say it how it is about eggs. But I think like going the softer route is better. I'm sorry, by the way, my voice keeps crackling and like I'm in a very high state of allergic reactions for the past 2 weeks. I told you, guys, I'm trying to get vaccine against an allergy. So I went to a doctor and she put the test battery on my hand and everything fucking lit up like crazy. So I discovered I'm allergic to dogs as well, although not majorly, but I'm also allergic to a bunch of stuff that just flies around in the streets because, like trees and stuff. So I breathe really badly. And I went to do a test. She sent me to do a blood test, and my IgE is 3 times the high normal range. So I'm in a terrible place. It's one allergic reaction after another, and it's been continuous for 2 or 3 weeks now. So I keep slurping my shit back into my body. I apologize about that. Kane has a new name. Yeah, I heard, I saw. It's a good one. It's a good one. I do it in a political live streams. It's wild. Yeah, it's probably not easy, Kerry. It's true. There's the thing. If opportunity presents itself, first ask yourself if you're willing to deal with the fallout, because there is fallout. There always will be, unless you are so it's one of those such psychological things. If you're actually asking for help, is there a replacement for eggs? right? Because eggs are like a little too cruel for my for my likeness, right? Something like that. If you ask for help, people are more open than if you tell them facts, because then it feels like an accusation. It's one of those things that, it's really hard for us vegans to, not to give the full spiel about it, but it's sometimes this is just not the best way to go, I don't want to watch body parts being cooked. I know, Bianca. Again, this is for people who can and want to. I'm not suggesting that everybody should. I'm suggesting that people who want to do something but it's not content creation, because content creation is fucking hard. Maybe those ideas that I've presented so far, something to try. It's like low effort as well, I think. Like creating one playlist could take like 2 hours maybe, if you thought of the narrative, and if you started with the specific like vegan video that you want to like pad around it, right, with non-vegan stuff, or with like factory stuff and things like that, with farming stuff. Australian politics, I have no idea what's going on in Australia politically. I have not been following. If you comment who is still watching in 2025 on music videos, sometimes you will get lots of likes. And then you can change the comment into something else. I guess, that could get your channel effed up again, I guess. I don't know what's the policy on editing. Their thumbnails will show body parts or even whole bodies, especially. Yeah, I know. Feel better, thank you. Allergic to dog meat? Oh no. No, dog meat could be good. Maybe I'm just allergic to fur and saliva and shit. So yeah, never wanted dogs, but now I know I can't have any. So that's okay. Unless I want to go through the vaccination shit again at some point. Which, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Fuck, I can't wait to be like without specifically dust allergies. Holy shit. I am sick of it, I'm telling you. Being allergic is not good. And I'm allergic to fucking everything, it seems. Seriously, like a Christmas tree, my arm lighted up. It was crazy. I don't even like looking at comments when the topic is to do with veganism or animals, unless there are a lot of vegans that are defending our side. It's too disappointing. I know. It's soul crushing. I know. I get mass hate, waves of cheering, and it's incredible when then if you just hang on, keep talking facts, eventually people grudgingly start to agree. Yeah, it's hard work. Commenting is hard work. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in Australian politics either. You just had to incite vegan comments. They're all corrupt, liars. Yeah, well, that's just politics. Lol, people often comment anti-vegan stuff on vegan teacher videos so they can get top comments when then change it to a pro-vegan message. That's awesome. That's funny as fuck. Get 5,000 likes, then change it to go vegan. Everyone wonders how that got 5k likes. Yeah, I mean, I would change it to something like more well-rounded, I guess, and not just go vegan. I don't know if it works to just tell people to go vegan. I think most people still don't fucking know what veganism even is. So, I don't know. I don't know. When they notice the edit, yeah, definitely. So, guys, just to reiterate what we had here. So, I don't know, unless you have other ideas based on my ideas. But I'm gonna say what we talked about so far, so that you to remind you. So we were talking about YouTube playlists, both narrative playlists for creating like a narrative with a subverted vegan message inside, while promoting one of your favorite YouTube activists in there somewhere in the middle, and with playlists just to create subscription, like to get some subscribers of your hobby. We talked about doing similar things, talking about your hobbies on social media, to then once in a while talk about like write a post or two about veganism, right? We talked about YouTube posts. That's once you do have some subscribers, you can create some, use the community tab feature to, I don't know how successful that would be. Maybe you can find a way to make it successful somehow. I don't know. Mention your favorite YouTubers in either vegan YouTuber places, chats, or non-vegan YouTuber chats when it's appropriate, when the subject matter comes up. We also talked about commenting first on non-vegan cooking channels or stuff like that. Needs a lot of thought on how to do that, right? But if it's, I don't know how you get there first. I guess you subscribe and turn on notifications, and then quickly look if they have eggs and have like an egg post prepared to write, right? Or if they have milk, doing the same. How do you replace the not very ethical dairy milk? Let me know, stuff like that. And I was talking about maybe one day it will happen, like a Discord feed. Maybe I should start populating it already with people. Maybe I can add people in there already, because you don't actually need like a working feed for people to post their suggestions in there, and for people to like decide to like raid live streams or stuff like that. I don't know, let me know if I should maybe start putting people in there already, letting people in the vegan feed, the vegan YouTube feed, Discord, because it's kind of ready, but the bots are not ready. The Discord itself is ready. So, let me know. So those were my ideas. If you have things that you think you can improve on, or if you have like an offshoots from those ideas, please let me know in the comments, and we add them. We added add non-vegan hashtags. I always do that, by the way. Like on shorts, I add like meat, dairy, blah, 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 all that stuff. Food preparation. Food preparation is my favorite. I don't know how effective it is. It is what it is. If you can deliver the best possible vegan message in a short comment, what would it be? Well, it depends on context. I have a few one-liners that I like using, that like get people perked up. One of them is something to do with the 21st century, right? Something like, give me context and I'll try to create something. So many options, yeah. Veganism can be summed up with 3 words. Don't use animals. Maybe it can be summed up that way, but to non-vegans, I mean, they go, okay, great, fuck you, no, right? So it's maybe short, it's maybe meaningful to vegans, but it's absolutely meaningless to non-vegans, in my opinion, right? Because I will say, fuck you, why? So it's a nice summation, if that's what you want to use. But, you know, I would go deeper. I would add why one shouldn't use animals, right? If that's the words that you decide to use. That's pretty effective. I've never seen it being effective, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't been everywhere. I don't know everything. I could be wrong, absolutely. Don't enslave, commodify, exploit. I mean, yeah, you're just telling people what to do. You're not giving them the motivation to do it. Guys, most people know that the shit that we do to animals are fucked up. Most people know that. You just need to give them the motivation to change. And don't use animals doesn't do that. In my opinion. Again, I'm talking from my experience doing activism online, I guess. I don't know. But everybody taking the prompt from Neil. That's nice. Organic suggestions would be good, rather than bots, maybe, yeah. Every piece of meat you eat was killed as a defenseless baby. That's a good one. I like that one, Carrie. I really like that one. It does conflate, like, okay, I'm gonna be nitpicky for like a second, because, you know, that's the person I am. So the meat wasn't killed, the animal was, right? So but that doesn't matter to a non-vegan. So it's a good sentence. Yeah, it's a good sentence. Why I'm being nitpicky is because people conflate. Non-vegans do it a lot. Some vegans do it as well. The dead animal with the living animal, and I think that's. I think we should make the distinction that the animal was killed to become the dead body, and those are two different objects where something violent has happened to turn a living sentient being into a piece of meat. But it's nitpicking between us, Carrie. It's a very good sentence. I really like it. YouTube comments moderation is tricky. Yeah. The algorithm will hide, even delete your comments if you comment too often, too quick, or often the same, etc. Yeah, yeah. It's the 21st century, and eating and exploiting animals for products and entertainment is barbaric and necessary and should be gone away with. Yeah, hence veganism is obligatory. I often use with slightly different words, but definitely something very similar to that. Definitely, Neil. When the context allows, like when people are like generally asking why should I be vegan, I'm kind of adding that. When people talking about natural though, or supplements, or we've been eating meat for millennia, shit like that, that's when I go, well, why does that matter in the 21st century when all food is fabricated and we have supplements, which is the best way to get nutrients? Because it doesn't come with negative health outcomes usually, right? Unless it's like a specific company. Supplements is the best way to get your nutrition on top of food, obviously, because it doesn't come with saturated fat. It doesn't come with negative health outcomes. It doesn't come with cruelty, obviously. It's just, it's also important that it doesn't come with calories, right? You're getting all your nutrition in a fucking pill that has like 1 calorie in it. That's amazing. It's the best way. So that's usually the context when I use the 21st century. But it's spot on, Neil. It's very close to how I usually use it, definitely. I'm shadow banned very often. Oh shit, Bianca, I'm sorry to hear that. You always hear, though. Like I hope you never get shadow banned from my live stream, right? Animals are not here for us to use in any way. Again, the question would be, first of all, it's like. So that's what I'm saying. When you talk to non-vegans, be charitable to their position, right? Saying something like that, animals are not, and if you want to use that, fuck me, I'd use. I'm just saying my opinion, right? This is my opinion on how we as vegans talk sometimes. That is completely incoherent to non-vegans. In my experience, right? Because I've been fighting people on Twitter for the past 3 years, and I've been doing like a Discord activism and all kinds, and I've been a vegan creator. I have non-vegans come to my channel sometimes, very rarely, when I successfully trigger them with a thumbnail and the name of the video, right? So I think like saying these things, animals are not here for us to use in any way. Vegans immediately understand what you're talking about, right? But non-vegans are like, what do you mean? We use them, right? So it doesn't trigger a thought process. Or at best it starts a conversation, but it can't end there, right? And I think there are like, one can create like something less vegan, if that makes sense, less more communicative to non-vegans to start a conversation than stating a fact that is, you're saying it in the present tense as well. You're saying it as an absolute fact when animals are used, right? And most people think that animals absolutely are here for us to use. So I don't know how that is a conversation starter. It just feels like a conversation ender, because then they, based on their worldview, they debunk you in like 2 seconds. Of course they are, and they just move on, right? In my opinion, that's what I think. I appreciate the effort. I think, I just think there are, I don't know, we can use just slightly different words to be, I don't want to say it, but non-vegans don't think about that stuff. It's generally, I'm sorry to say, non-vegans are stupider when it comes to ethics, right? Because we deal with ethics on basically daily basis. Talking to them in absolutes is I don't know, in my opinion, not a great conversation starter. It's a great conversation ender, in my opinion. In my experience, if that's how you want to do it, go for it. I'm not going to stop any activist from doing what they want to do. I'm just here to have a conversation about it. And I've been talking for 5 minutes about that little comment. I'm sorry, Kathy. I hope you take it with all the love that it was intended in. Where are we? Sometimes they show up even when sorted for newest first. Yeah. If they know it's effed up, what we do to animals, how can we motivate them to change? Such a conundrum. That's what the process of change video was supposed to be about. It's incredibly hard. They have to decide that it's incredibly important for them to change in order to successfully change. That's basically it. And sometimes the change is circling around. Sometimes people decide to change, they don't change, they go back on wanting to change, and then they decide to change again, and then they make the change. And sometimes they go back from changing. if their change wasn't strong enough, or if they had too many difficulties maintaining that change, right? So change, according to the scientific papers, is one of the hardest things to do, basically, as a human being. You are incredibly motivated not to change most days, right? Or about most things. So what could motivate people to change? Well, I don't know if I can say, but every time I do like a Discord, I don't do it on my own, by the way. I don't want to take all the credit. I usually do it with somebody like Felix. A lot of people go vegan once they ask you a question and you answer them, right? With their nativity in mind, right? That this is the first time they're asking it, and this is the first time that they're getting the answer. And sometimes it's incredibly gratifying. There was this one person who was like asking questions and then kind of not listening to them. I think they wanted to ask another question all the time. And we were like, hold on. You asked the question, let us answer. And about after 2 minutes, they were like, I guess not 2 minutes, but after like 3 or 4 questions, after about 5 minutes of us answering them, they were like, yeah, it's illogical to continue eating animals. I'm going vegan, right? So I don't know what motivates people. Some people are motivated by logic, some people are motivated by emotion, but it should be a strong thing to motivate somebody to make such a significant change. You know, but I think most people do know how fucked up it is. And if you tell them to replace the victim, I think that's one of best strategies, I think, but you need to think hard about what victim you're presenting to them. Once they, a lot of people, once they understand that they wouldn't want it done to them, after a few more back and forths, sometimes people go vegan because they get it. I don't know. It really depends. A conversation is a must, right? And answering people's questions genuinely without thinking that they're trolls or that they're just because trolls also ask those questions. But talking to people genuinely when they want to interact with you is one of the catalysts. I'm new to being more active as an activist, and you're already doing an amazing job sending petitions and stuff. So, Kathy, well done. Yes, how can I say that the animal who was the meat? I have thought very much on it. Eventually, I came to this, but I will change if you have a better suggestion. No, I think it's great. That's the thing here. I think it's really good. Because, it talks to non-vegans, because non-vegans don't make the distinction either, right? That's why it's good. I like it a lot, what you said. I'm always open to suggestions. I appreciate that, Carrie. That's an amazing trait to have. Sometimes Bianca, not always though. Not sure what you're talking about there. Yeah, we have to meet them on their level sometimes. It needs a transition for the non-vegan mind. We forget sometimes that the way we think is different. Remembering our pre-vegan state is helpful, yeah. And I think sometimes just traumatizing people with their consent, of course, is important as well. I was born from trauma. Like, my vegan journey was born in trauma. So I'm a big believer in trauma as a motivation. But it's also like kind of fucked up that you have to traumatize people for them to become better people. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate you, Kathy. I find their currency, find what's the most important to them and build on that. That's good as well, yeah. Hey, Laura, how you doing? my post on Gen Alpha got 10 likes and 131 comments. That was fantastic, mate. Oh man, Reddit is fuck. Reddit is sucks though. And I would have joined if I had any willpower left. But I just been stretched too thin for a while, and I've been slacking. So I just needed like a week off from I don't even know what I took a week off from. Basically like kind of YouTube, because I continued posting on Halmsteder, and I continue arguing with a person on Twitter, and so I don't know if I actually took a break. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at it. But I really didn't feel like joining you on that post. I'm sorry, Pigstream. I think replacing the victim with dogs or cats can be more effective than replacing them with humans to avoid the objections the human comparison triggers. Well, I prefer to actually go straight to humans sometimes. It depends on the conversation, on the context of the conversation. But sometimes I prefer to go to humans just to deal with the comparison to begin with, right? I can say we're different in many ways, right? The comparison itself can be, there are similarities and there are differences. Where we are similar is this specific thing called sentience, right? That they can feel fear, feel joy, feel scared. Fear, that's what it is. They experience life, they create relationships, they have communities. So in that way, they're incredibly similar to us, and it just happens to be that those are the traits that make them morally important, right? So I understand I understand that sometimes people are like, well, we are not animals, or we are not like animals. The comparison offends me. But I think dealing with that immediately is a good thing, because, yeah, we're different, but we're also incredibly similar in this specific thing. It depends on the rate of the conversation, though. I went vegan because of trauma. Same. I thought of making a collaborative channel, like multiple creators would make content for it. Not sure how it would all work. Yeah, it's a good idea. It's really hard, though, learn from my mistakes. It's really hard to get people in the room together, working together, or working for something that is in the beginning. If you can build a channel that already has a few thousand, views or whatever, a few thousand subscribers, that already has like a beginning, that has good viewership, and you just allow people to post there as well, that's a good idea. But if it's like, 10 subscribers, or less than 100 subscribers, or even more than 100 subscribers. Look at me, look at my channel. My channel, sucks. It doesn't have viewership at all. People need to know that they are working not in vain, I guess. But it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea, Pigstream. Just needs developing on how to get there. Sounds like a good idea, yeah. See, Kathy says so as well. I think Kathy is wise. Often I go straight to humans too, because it cuts to the chase, exactly, and is more instinctual given we are humans. Yeah, I just find you can meet less resistance sometimes if you remind them it could apply to dogs. Yeah, sometimes I go through dogs and then get to humans when they bite the bullet on dogs. Sometimes, and so when they bite the bullet on humans as well, I'm like, yeah, well, it's a suicidal position, thank you for coming, but let's talk to somebody who's not suicidal, which, I hope it doesn't trigger too many people when I say that, but it is a suicidal position. If they're willing to accept that it's okay to put them in a farm and send them to slaughter. What else? Where else can you go, right? They don't seem to value their own life, or at least they're biting the bullet because they don't want to change. That's a person that is unreasonable to talk to. That's all I'm saying. Right, guys. Oh, hello, Johnny. Once again, you come in here as I'm thinking of getting off the live stream. Can't stick around, but wanted to add to the watched and liked count. I appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you. So, tell me if this inspired maybe for you to do something. Put one in the chat if this live stream has inspired you to try to do something small, something subversive to support your local vegan activist on YouTube in any kind of way. And if you have more ideas, I do have those ideas once in a while. So go give favorite friends a follow. Yeah, do that. And I don't remember seeing comments about it. Do you think that I should start populating the Discord server where the vegan YouTube feed is gonna live one day? Do you think I should start doing that or not? Where we can go on raids once in a while and just add to viewership of live streams. For now, and then it's gonna become hopefully one day it's gonna become a thing. I know I never considered the double standard of what we do to cows and pigs while being outraged at dog meat until after I went vegan. It's kind of mind-blowing realization when people think about it. Yeah, I was one of those people who said, yeah, dogs you can eat, that's fine. I was genuinely biting the bullet on that without anybody even questioning me. I was like, yeah, some people eat dogs, that's fine. I follow basically all vegans and I try to watch as many as I can. Yeah. I don't even know if like vegan watch hours is what is important. I think like breaking the bubble is what's important. That's why I concentrated not on, the usual like, share, subscribe, give me, watch my 2-hour rant kind of activism support, but like some other stuff that are harder to do, definitely, but that are hopefully are more valuable in breaking the vegan bubble, I guess. So it's like, like new activists have more leg to stand on when they start doing this. This is what I'm trying to do. I realized that my YouTube career is not gonna strike gold anytime soon, but I want to create something that will make new activists who want to come on YouTube but are kind of despaired at looking at how hard it is to grow a channel, or old activists that's been doing it for years but they need like a leg up, they need like discovery, I think we can do something about that, and I think I've presented a few ways in which maybe that can be done. I unfollowed even some vegans. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. I think there is a certain person that's fucking with me as well. At least trying to. I know he's doing it. So, there's a farmer who keeps subbing and unsubbing with a few of his outs because that's the only thing he can do, because I blocked him after spending many months on him. Yeah, it needs to leave the bubble. Yeah, I know. I think like this video that I've been thinking about doing, the process of change. I think like I can write it in a way that isn't vegan centric, which I think is important sometimes. But it's not gonna get traction because my channel is tiny. I don't know how to get traction for videos like that. So I don't feel motivated to create it. I'm probably gonna do it anyway. I'm just probably gonna do it like a 10-minute video, up the production a little bit, spend a little bit more time on it, and have 200 vegans watch it and be done with it. Just so that it stopped haunting me, But it's a shame because, I could have done more with it if I knew it was gonna be watched. It needs to leave the bubble. And there are cannibals, of course. There is like a human meat trade. It's being striked down as we speak. People are working really hard for there to not be a human meat trade. We're already vegan, so it's wasted on us. Exactly. So I was thinking, like, maybe if I create it, I'm probably gonna uncheck the publish to my subscriptions. And, let it get even less views, I guess. Because that's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna get, because I'm a tiny channel, it's not gonna get pushed too much into the non-vegan sphere. But I'm gonna give it a try. That's, it's gonna be one of my last tries, I think. Because I think this channel is dead, so. We already vegan, yes. I unfollowed loads of vegans. I don't enjoy drama. Yeah, but drama, I understand what you're saying, but, drama sucks. I think people who generate drama suck. I think there are some people who generate drama about me, which fucking sucks. Because just come and talk to me. I'm very open to talking. But the drama also sells. So what are you gonna do? Why is human meat so taboo? It's meat too, yeah. Being a bit sarcastic maybe, but it's a good point to make, I think. It's a good point to make to start a conversation. So that's a conversation starter for sure. Just need to find an opportunity for it, Kathy. Definitely. I couldn't find favorite friends, Carrie. I don't know what that means. Carrie put a YouTube link. Let's see what it is. Oh. Oof. Let me just make it more presentable. And disable flags. Exit. Oof. There you go. There's a little baby. Precious baby animals. Oh yeah, I saw that video. Oh baby. Aww. Piggy. Yeah. So exactly, Carrie, do that, but with small vegan channels in big chats. Well, I guess big chats wouldn't necessarily notice it. But you can't put a link if you're not... oh, sorry, I'm gonna load that. Sorry. The music was very loud. I'm sorry about that. Oh, the animals are so fucking precious. And I'm allergic to all of them. Especially to dogs, apparently. Oh, animals are so cute. Oh. Oh, baby. So this is strange. This channel has, I don't know if you can see that, 138,000 subscribers. And the viewership is 1,500. 1,500 views on a video from 6 days ago. Oh, it's members first. But still. And 4 comments. This is, I think they bought subscribers. But the baby animals are very cute. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's been weird. In the live stream, I want to bring Flux back. Sorry. I've got the suggestion that I should probably make my lighting better. But as a result, there is a lot of light shining in my fucking face. And I need to soften it by dimming my... what's his name? Oh, I closed the thing. There you go. I didn't close the thing. It's okay. So there's a lot of light shining in my face. I don't like it. So I'm bringing Flux back. Chat rules. Don't talk about animals as food, etc. It's so cool. Okay. Just nice animal videos. Goatee. Yeah, the goatee was very cute. I think though it was like maybe an animal from a homestead. And then it's a bit less cute because that animal is destined to be exploited or killed. Or both. Yes, I guess the vegan message is probably subtle but present. Yeah. Listen, whoever wants to do however people, like some people get convinced that the most subtle activism is better. Some people get convinced that the most blatant activism is better. The answer is, guys, yes. The answer is yes. Just do the activism that you can and that you want to and that you are convinced is working the best. But, you know, keep your ears open as well because, you know, sometimes maybe you do more harm than good and people pointing it out. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. Just don't know. My hair is very floofy today. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. My hair is very floofy. The music was awful and was too strong. It was too high. Should probably bring that back though. They do regular lives, loads of followers, and you can go in the chat full blast vegan activism with their blessing. You won't be banned. That's interesting. That's interesting. We can try to do that. The views are abysmal though. The views are really bad. A lot of vegans in the chat, or mainly non-vegans? Mainly non-vegans, that's good. What do they do in live streams about? Is it like more videos like that? Oh well, good activism opportunity, definitely. Definitely. Yes, they purchased it as far as I can make out. Well, yes, some of the videos are questionable. Activism is better. Yeah, that's good. That's a good suggestion, Carrie. So, should I subscribe? Should I give it a try? Just random animal videos from the internet. Yeah, I saw that goat video before. It's definitely from somewhere and not nice to animals, I think. I'll think about it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add it to my list. And then maybe I will one day subscribe to it. How to find the channel outside of the link Carrie sent. Yeah. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think I've done my duties. I have tried to convince more people to do a little bit more activism. I think that's good. I think I've done my duties by entertaining you, hopefully, just a little bit. And yeah, thank you very much for coming. I appreciate that you are here every Saturday. And see you next time.